Alliance forged in stars. The Federation War Council chambers buzzed with activity, the vast expanse echoing with muted conversations from members of the Galactic Federation. Distinctive figures from a multitude of species, ranging from the aquatic aquarids with their shimmering scales to the smooth-skinned Galathians with their pale blue hue, congregated in animated anticipation. A heightened sense of expectancy settled over the assembly as Ambassador Solane approached the central command dais. Tapping a few commands on the console, he projected a message onto the expansive view screen. The intricate symbols and characters of the Galactic Standard language flashed briefly before fading away. But the message was clear. The atmosphere in the chamber shifted perceptibly. The rebels had formally accepted their offer of alliance and the proposed military aid. A harmonious blend of approval and hope resounded in the chamber. Representatives of various races, council members, and war strategists looked on as Solane broke the silence.
The rebels have accepted our offer,
Solane began, his voice steady and filled with gravitas.
We now have an alliance that empowers us to take the fight to the Drac.
Eyes from all corners of the room shifted to the expansive windows, where 3 human battle cruisers hovered, bathed in the ambient glow of distant stars. These formidable vessels, their sleek profiles hinting at a design prioritizing agility and speed, were already primed for departure, laden with medical supplies, military equipment, and the promised 15 fighter craft. The Federation had ensured they were prepped and on standby, even before the affirmative from the rebels, a testament to their strategic foresight and readiness. Taking a moment to acknowledge the weight of the situation, Solane continued.
These vessels are more than just carriers of supplies and hope. They represent the Federation's commitment, our unity, and our readiness to confront the Drac head-on. The journey to the rendezvous point with our rebel allies is 6 days. Every moment counts.
Commands were swiftly relayed. Crew members of various species bustled about, ensuring last-minute checks and communication protocols were in place. The atmosphere in the chambers was electric, every member feeling a part of this monumental decision. Outside the chamber windows, the scene transformed from serene to dynamic. The cruisers, engines humming with a soft but powerful resonance, signaled their readiness. As Solane gave the final directive, the ship's faster-than-light FTL drives were activated. Space around them warped and stretched, and in a breathtaking dance of light and technology, the cruisers disappeared into the vast unknown, leaving behind a spectacle of twinkling stardust. Turning back to the council, Solane's demeanor exuded both determination and hope.
Our path is set. This alliance is our beacon in these dark times. With unity and resolve, we will bring the fight to the Drac, and together, we'll shape the future of the galaxy.
The strength of humanity. Aboard one of the human battle cruiser, the hum of the FTL drives receded into the background. The expansive command center, with its panoramic views of the swirling blues and violets of subspace, was abuzz with activity. Screens dotted the space, displaying an array of data from ship diagnostics to real-time strategy simulations. Commander Ilara Vance, the cruiser's captain, walked over to a larger holo display. With a simple gesture, she activated an interactive schematic of the cruiser. The display, with its intricate layers of data, showcased the ship's engineering marvel. Its sleek and compact design was a testament to human ingenuity, prioritizing agility without compromising firepower. As several officers and Federation representatives gathered around, Ilara initiated a simulation. A series of holographic clips began playing, recounting the recent minor war with the Veritans. The displays showed human cruisers gracefully evading heavier Veritan vessels, executing precise maneuvers that seemed impossible for ships of their size. Their lasers, strikingly powerful, danced through space, disabling Veritan shields with ease. The imagery wasn't just for spectacle, it was a strategic overview.
Much of what you're seeing,
Ilara began, pointing towards the displays,
is our recent advancements post the Veritan conflict. We've heard rumors that the Helians do something similar with their phasers. It's comforting to know we're on the right track. Our original phaser design gave us a considerable edge during our skirmishes with the Veritans. Their ships simply weren't prepared for our weapons. And with our new adaptations, our phasers are even more powerful.
A Galathian officer, his smooth, pale blue skin reflecting under the soft glow of the hololight, inquired,
The data we reviewed on your ships was impressive, but how do they fare against the Drac behemoths?
Ilara responded with a glint of determination in her eyes.
The Drac behemoths are formidable, no doubt. In a one-on-one, our cruiser would be at a disadvantage, but our strength lies in strategy, agility, and combined firepower.
Activating another simulation, she continued.
Our analysis indicates that a collective assault from 3 of our cruisers, bolstered by a complement of 45 fighters, could, in theory, neutralize a Drac behemoth.
A hushed murmur swept across the room, whispers of admiration mixed with strategic contemplation. An Aquarid representative, her voice echoing with a melodic lilt, asked,
Your commanders have always shown exemplary leadership. How are they preparing for this mission?
Commander Vance nodded, understanding the gravity of the query.
Each of our vessels harbors Federation personnel. We understand the importance of a unified approach, but when it comes to executing strategies, our human commanders take the lead. We've been in the thick of it, faced losses, and have learned from our past confrontations. Our experience against the Veritans, coupled with our adaptability, gives us an edge.
Siler, a Galathian delegate, gracefully extended one of his slender hands.
Beyond the imminent combative engagements, our mission has a diplomatic pulse. The heart of this alliance is not just in the might of our combined fleets, but in the threads of trust we weave together. Once we rendezvous with the rebels, representatives like us will step forward. Our role is to bridge any cultural or strategic divides and ensure a cohesive alignment of our forces and our ideals. The success of this alliance hinges not just on battles won in space, but on the understanding we foster between the rebels and the Federation.
Vance acknowledged with a nod.
A united front, in war and diplomacy, that's what will give us the advantage against the Drac.
The discussion transitioned to a detailed strategy session, drawing upon the strengths of the Federation's diverse members and the unique capabilities of the human vessels. As the ship continued its journey through the ethereal realm of FTL, the team aboard was united in purpose, hope, and resolve. They were not just an alliance, they were a beacon of strength in the vast expanse of space. The Rebels advance. The Rebel base, bathed in the ethereal glow of its power cores, was a symphony of organized chaos. Starfighters whizzed about, docking stations clamped onto vessels for refueling, and technicians scrambled with last-minute checks. But amidst this hive of activity, a group stood apart, under the looming shadow of one of the 5 massive Rebel battle cruisers. Prince Arlon, a figure of authority with a demeanor that radiated strength, held a strategy slate, discussing the last-minute details with Lyra and Rice. Lyra's focus remained sharp, the weight of the upcoming rendezvous pressing heavily on her shoulders. Rice, though equally determined, allowed himself a smirk, trying to ease the tension.
We've been waiting for this moment, haven't we?
Rice quipped, eyes dancing with mischief. Lyra shot him a look, half amused, half exasperated.
We have.
Prince Arlon acknowledged with a nod.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Federation's alliance, especially the addition of their human fleet, is just the advantage we need. But we have a long journey ahead.
The anticipation amongst the rebel leaders was palpable. Every now and then, council members would approach the trio, confirming coordinates, checking weapon systems, and sharing the morale of their troops. The camaraderie between the rebel leaders, their council, and the troops was evident. They were not just an army, they were a family, bound by a shared purpose and a history of resistance. Amid the preparations, Prince Davin, Arlon's brother, made his way to a secluded alcove of the hangar. With deliberate stealth, he placed a small device onto a console. A faint, almost indiscernible hum emanated from it before it seemingly blended into the machinery. Next, he opened a private communication channel, sending out a short, encrypted message. To anyone passing by, his actions might appear as just another pre-flight check, yet the subtlety and secrecy hinted at underlying intentions not readily apparent. The true nature of Davin's act lingered, shrouded in mystery. As Davin returned to join the group, his countenance betrayed nothing of his secretive actions. Arlen, placing a reassuring hand on Davin's shoulder, signaled to the crew that it was time.
Let's make history,
he declared, the determination in his voice echoing throughout the hangar. The massive engines of the Rebel battlecruiser rumbled to life, its energy cores glowing brighter with each passing second. Crew members hurried on board, and as the boarding ramps retracted, the cruiser's protective shields enveloped it. With a final glance at their home base, Prince Arlen, Lyra, Rice, and Davin settled into their respective positions aboard the cruiser. The navigation console blinked, the FTL drive primed and ready. In a brilliant display of light and energy, the rebel fleet leapt into FTL. The trails they left behind weren't just of displaced space. They were blazing streaks of hope, resilience, and determination. The universe watched, and the tides of war ebbed, readying for a clash that would decide the fate of galaxies. Drac ambition. Inside the dimly lit, sprawling Drac command center, vast holographic displays painted a menacing picture of the vastness of space. The sheer scale of the room was a testament to the Drac's ambition, built to oversee their galactic conquests. Commanders of various ranks moved with purpose, their scales shimmering in the room's ambient glow, each well aware of the tasks that lay ahead. Dominating one of the holographic screens was a formation of 15 behemoths, their massive silhouettes casting a menacing aura even in this virtual representation. These behemoths, the pinnacle of Drac engineering and firepower, were unlike any other vessel in the galaxy. They were monuments of dread, designed to instill fear and maintain control. A platform in the center elevated, revealing Carvon, his large frame radiating authority. His scales, a shade darker than the others and etched with battle scars, hinted at countless battles and strategic triumphs. Around him, the commanders straightened, giving him their undivided attention.
Commanders,
Carvon's voice echoed through the vast chamber, each syllable dripping with conviction.
the time has come for our next move. While we've made significant strides, there's always room for improvement, for adaptation. These 15 vessels will embark on a crucial mission, one that will further solidify our dominance.
He paused, ensuring he had the room's complete attention, then continued.
Our engineers have been diligently addressing the EMP bombs that have been a persistent nuisance in our recent encounters. We've developed a new program that detects the onset of an EMP detonation. Upon detection, the program immediately and temporarily shuts down the affected section of our ship, reducing the downtime from minutes to mere seconds.
Murmurs of approval rumbled through the gathered commanders. This adaptation was a significant stride in negating the debilitating effects of the EMP attacks.
I'm sure some of you will get an opportunity to test this out for real in the coming weeks.
Carvon wasn't done.
Moreover, we've made a comprehensive review of the Federation's latest tactics. New codes of battle have been devised, ensuring that if they attempt to replicate Captain Zorvan's strategies or any such maneuvers, they'll find themselves severely outmatched.
A hologram showcased a simulation where Federation ships tried employing previous successful tactics, only to be countered swiftly and effectively by the Drac vessels. The demonstration was a clear message. Adaptability was the key to their continued dominance. A commander, his scales gleaming gold, stepped forward.
Sector Commander Carvon, with these upgrades in our might, the Federation and their new allies won't stand a chance.
Carvon nodded, a glint of satisfaction in his eyes.
Indeed. But complacency has been the downfall of many great empires. We'll not make that mistake. Always stay a step ahead, anticipate their moves, and counteract before they even realize.
Drawing the meeting towards its climax, Carvon's tone turned colder, more calculating.
Lastly, an update on the 2 behemoths en route to the rebel base.
The room grew silent, every Drac waiting in anticipation.
Their directive remains unchanged. Total annihilation. I expect no survivors. The rebels, with their audacity to challenge our reign, shall serve as an example of the fate that befalls those who oppose us.
A shiver ran through the commanders, not of fear, but of admiration and loyalty towards their leader. They understood the importance of making an example of the rebels, of showcasing the might and ruthlessness of the Drac Empire. As the meeting adjourned, the Behemoth fleet started its slow and menacing journey, their trajectory a clear path of conquest and dominance. In the vast reaches of space, the Drac ambition was once again on the move, leaving a trail of cold, calculated destruction in its wake.